I went into this dating 2 people, and, you know, I was just following my heart, and every day it changed a little bit, so I was being true to myself, yeah.
You know, Meg and I did talk. I think you kind of just, you know, tried to keep 2 good things going at once, and I don't know, might have lost both of them.
I don't think Mason was being honest at all. I mean, just the switch-ups that happened, like the way he said I was his number 1 the whole time, and then I didn't choose to be in a relationship with him and he took it back. Like, where's the honesty?
Wow, we're all leaving engaged, guys.
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
This guy, like, the girl that, like, he's talking to, she comes in, she's just very, like, verbal about it, and, like, whatever. And, like, I don't mind that part. It just makes me desire him less.
I mean, to be quite honest with you, I was very oblivious to how vocal I was being until watching it back. I am naturally a very enthusiastic person. I'm a very vocal person. When I'm falling in love especially, I think people can relate to the fact that you want to gush about it. I will say, not one part of it was strategic. I never left and said Mason's name, so I never thought people knew who I was talking about because I never said his name. And I didn't think anyone knew except for a few people who I was connecting with. So for me, it wasn't strategic. So for me, it was very authentic and genuine, and not one part of it. If I knew it was hurting someone's feelings, I would have kept it closer. I think it's very obvious I'm considerate of most people's feelings. Of course, had I have known that, I would have done things differently because I always do want to consider people's feelings. That was hard for me to hear because I was not aware of that. I was not aware she even knew he was my number 1 until watching it back. And so a lot of that is hard to hear because a lot of that I was completely oblivious to until I was watching it with everybody else. So
anyone who would have you is the luckiest person.
I love hearing those words. I'm like, oh, he actually liked me. Like, that's great. But I'll never know if what you're saying is true because we don't get the opportunity for one of us, for like you to pick. And I'm not gonna be able to get past that. I really do hope you understand.
The hardest part of the fans' reaction to the love triangle that I was involved in is people really don't know what it was like to be in the pods and dating 2 people at once, so it's kind of hard to explain the situation that you're in. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, and one of those things is you're encouraged to see your relationships through as far as you can until there is a day where you have to make a decision. So, you know, usually everyone kind of goes with their dates for a while and make a decision eventually.
Oh, we got him.
Wait, you walked in with Meg? Yeah. Are you guys?
Yeah, we're
hanging out.
When Meg and I announced that we're like exploring things, I don't think I owed Madison any heads up in that aspect. She is not a part of my life, and she is not a part of our relationship, so she has nothing to do with it.
yeah, I think when we did reconnect, we did take things very slow, which is why you see us at Buck Hill saying, we're friends, we're hanging out. I had a lot of questions, I wanted a lot of answers, and I wanted to build back that trust before we rocket launched into dating again. And so we did have a lot of honest, hard conversations before we did decide to date. And I think that was necessary for both of us, given the situation that we were in.
Honestly, I was really happy for Mason and Meg. Like, I didn't want to come between them. And like, when I found that news out, as per my armpit receipts,
Let me take this time to get the screenshots out.
I was very happy for them.
Engagement's a little much, but I love Mason and I know he loves me and we truly are best friends. Like I texted him the other day and I was like, you're still my number 1. And he's like, you too. So I love him and I think that we just need to have more conversations about where we want this to go moving forward. Engagement, I don't know, because I think there's a lot of conversations that need to be had about where we're at and where we want to go in the future. But I do think if we decide we want to try this one more time, it probably will move very quickly because we know each other so well at this point.
I mean, third time's a charm is crazy.
If Madison was interested in exploring things outside of the pods with me, I would say absolutely not. Because I know who she is based on the way she broke up with me in the pods, and I don't need that type of person in my life.
You know, maybe you could have been a little bit more decisive, but it's neither here nor there. It's at this point for me. So.
How'd it go?
Wait, what's going on?
Breakups taste good.
I mean, throughout the experience, I do feel like I was very honest, I was very real and true to myself. I think it gets difficult in the pods because people's voices can just get in your head and it can make you second guess a connection that you have. So I think ultimately I would probably tune other voices out more than I did.
Something that I wish I could have done differently in this experience, honestly, is probably telling Mason how I felt earlier on. I was keeping my cards very close to my chest on purpose because I wanted him to be the one to initiate. But I think it would have been fair of me to also give a little bit about how I was feeling so he knew where I was at.
I don't think there's anything that I would do differently on the show. I learned a lot about myself and came out of this with so many friends and an experience that a lot of people, you know, only dream of. And I'm just very blessed and lucky that I got to meet all these people and have all these great experiences with them.
Yeah, I haven't stayed in touch with any of the guys, no. I found some of my best friends from the show. Molly, Vanessa, Cassandra, B-Dot, Virginia, Yemi. Besties for life. We love karaoke bars and we love just being girls.